because you don't have to do this little difficult thing. Don't worry about it. This is still the window change. I'm just changing the setup handling. I think this is a little bit easier. Just simply pushing that 9, okay? So from the side, it'll look like this. Obviously, don't perform like this, not at this angle. It'll flash, okay? And I'm literally just shoving it into my hand here. And these fingers are gonna keep holding onto it as I show my hand kind of empty, right? Like that. Here, I'm literally balancing it on my hands though, right here. And then now my fingertips that's holding the deck is gonna pull back. So from the front, looks like this. Okay, so one more time. If you think about it, it's almost like a reverse Cardini. So Cardini was this, remember? Like what we did before, like that. So it's almost like you're going back, like that. All right, so that is the Cardini change. So that's number 9. And here is the 10 Jack Queen King. Okay, this is a move that I'll kind of go over the advanced version and then I'll teach a simple version. Okay, so this is the advanced version. This is what it looks like. Okay, producing 5-10 Jack Queen. I'll do it one more time. Sorry, the 10 Jack Queen King. Sorry, like that. Okay, this is pretty difficult. So. Don't expect to try to learn this on the spot. So we have again the Jack. The Jack should be on top. It's the Jack, the 10. Okay, and then we got the King on top of the Queen that's face up. And so what you're gonna do is you're going to push off the top 2 cards, and then you're going to kind of do you're gonna flip it onto the back of your palm like this. Okay, all right, I do apologize. I'm not gonna bring anyone into the into here because this is very difficult, so I'm just gonna teach this and then I'll teach an easier version. So right now my thumb is gonna contact the top card and pull down onto it. See that? And now you're gonna split the 2 over, okay? It looks really complicated. It is a bit complicated. This is called Forgasm by Kevin Ho. He is a Singaporean magician, and this is something that he popularized and he created as well. So this is just the first step, and then the second step is Angel. Okay, Angel is a very popular move that cardists use all the time, and this is what it looks like. Okay, so you're producing the King and the Queen, and all it is, it's kind of the same thing. You're putting pressure with your thumb on the top of that card, and then you're just gonna fling your thumb back. Okay, don't go too slow, because if you go slow like that, notice what happens. The card just drops. You really gotta just fling it back. Okay, and how you help your hand fling it back is momentum, and also the wrist is gonna help push it back. So you notice what's happening with my wrist. It's pushing back a little bit. Okay, so it's not staying down here. Notice how if my wrist stays locked. Okay, that still happened, but okay, never mind. That's not a very good example, but all right. Well, I'll tell you right now. If you fling your wrist back, it will help with the card going up. Because if you keep it still, that's gonna happen right there. See, it's just gonna fall off. So you really want to just kind of aid that card by kind of flinging your wrist up like that. Okay, and then of course there's the Kevin Ho move, which is the Jack and the 10 here, pull down and split like that. If you want to learn more, check out Kevin Ho. Kevin, Kevinho. He has incredible work, not just on this, but on many other flourishes as well. So one more time, pushing it out like that to top 2 cards. You're putting it almost like in a back palm. type position, then the thumb is gonna pull down as your thumb releases, all at the same time. Okay. So here, here, there, which is a very, very powerful display of the 4 court cards. So that was the difficult version. Now I'm going to go to the simple version. Sorry, I kind of swapped it out. So this is much, much easier. All right. And also just as powerful, I think. So all it is, it's this. Okay. And just as powerful, if not, some people might think it's better because all the cards are, you know, close to each other. Yeah. And so all this is you have a pinky break of the 2 cards. Okay. So let's look at this from the side view. You got a pinky break like that on the side view. That, as you can see. And then, oh, it's very bright. Let's turn it down. Let's make it darker. There we go. Okay. So you're gonna literally deal it off like that. Okay. I know it seems easy, but when you do it all together, it's very, very impressive. Okay. So you're gripping those top two cards, as you can see. You get the pinky break of the 2 cards. You're literally gonna pull over and just show, and then you're gonna do the Cardini, okay, like that, and that's just gonna rest on the Jack of Hearts. So from the front, it'll look like this. Deal and deal. Okay, actually I forgot the king and the queen needs to switch for this one, so it'll look like that. So king face up, queen, Jack, 10. You get the pinky break and out. Right. So one more time. Grab the top 2 cards and push out. That. Okay. That's the first easy version. This is the second easy version. All right. It looks like this. And this is a very common move, a very, very common 4-card display. And it's kind of similar, except you're not doing the Cardini. You're going to be using your first finger to pull down. Okay? Like that. The right hand with these top two cards doing the exact same thing. You're literally just taking it out and spreading it. Okay, you're not doing anything fancy. You're picking up the top 2 cards and you're just spreading it. But your left hand is going to be doing this. Okay, so this is how you do it. Your first finger is going to reach all the way to the top and pull down just the top card only. You probably might have done this by accident while you're fiddling with cards or something like that. So yeah, it's a really, really cool move. It takes a little bit of practice. It's hard to kind of explain how to do it because you just kind of have to do it. But I'll show you my hand positioning and kind of how my pressure is set. So my thumb and these 3 fingers, the pressure's somewhat mediocre, and the pointer finger is really pushing down on that top card. Okay. And when you pull down like around here, you need that card to be able to clear completely to go down. So this middle finger needs to give it some space. So if you notice, you're going to want to pull down and the middle finger is going to let it kind of go in. Okay. Because if you don't, then this is going to happen. And the card's going to be like, hey man, let me through. And the middle finger is like, okay, like that. All right. So, so like that. So in real motion, in real time, it looks like this. Grab the top 2 cards and reduce. Bam. Okay. So let's bring someone in who might be having trouble with either of these productions, whether it be the advanced one or both of the beginner ones. There's also so many different ways to produce the 4 cards. But again, I think a lot of this is focused mainly on just the techniques, because you can utilize these techniques on so many different aspects, not just an assembly type routine. But yeah. Hey, how's it going?
Oh, hi.
How can I help you with the productions?
Well, I'm having trouble with the first one getting an
Yep, the advanced one. Sure. So let's see. So you're able to get into this position, yeah?
Yeah.
Perfect.
And then I can
Okay.
get this.
Yeah, you can get angel.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Then it just kind of.
Okay. Okay, so go back to the position again with your back palm, and try to get it clipped like that first. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, you like that? Perfect. Yeah, yeah, you got it already. You didn't need help. Yeah, nice. You want to do it again? You want to try doing it again? I mean, you seem to get it already.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You just once you kind of get this clip like that, yeah, then you pretty much have it. There we go. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you got it. You don't need my help. You're good. You're plenty skilled. Great. Wow, so many skilled. Yeah, thank you, man. So many skilled kids on here. Amazing. So it's so great to watch this. It really makes me feel good about the future of Magic. It's really good. So like that. Okay, that's the advanced one. And then here it is. You got 10, Jack, Queen, and King, like that. Which is the entire 4-suit production. At this point, people usually kind of give you an applause because they saw a really nice production. And because you have those breaks, remember you have those breaks with the aces, okay? All you're doing is you're just letting go of the packets. Okay. This is gonna take just a little bit of getting used to and practice. It's not gonna really happen on your first try. It might, with luck, but all it is, you're just really letting go of pressure on your fingertips like that. Okay, just notice what my fingertips are doing. I can zoom in, Casey. You'll see. It's hard to describe because a lot of this has to just do with how much pressure you're holding. But I'm just really letting go at those specific points. Okay, and the break, the little bends that we've added makes it very easy for you to just separate there. Like that. Okay, so as we know, this is the spades, which is all this is spades. This is, of course, the ace at the top over here. So usually for this, you'd want to just show the ace first and say, oh my gosh, that's so cool. And say, oh no, not just the aces, all the suits. Okay, kind of want to build up with that. You don't want to give too much away. So that's the easy version. As you can probably tell, very, very easy to do. You just lift up the 2 aces like that, and then you lift up both packets like this and spread. Here's the advanced version. Don't feel like you must be able to do this because it doesn't add to the effect. It just makes you look more skilled. That's all. I'm flipping over the 2 aces like this. Okay, I'm holding both hands in grip like that. All right, I'll go over that one more time. I push the aces out, sneak my 4th finger in. See that? And then my middle finger and my 4th finger are then going to flick out those cards and spin it around. So to reveal the aces. Okay, you push it out, spin those aces around. And this is another difficult part. Your pointer finger, your index finger is going to go in like that. As your thumbs push the aces around the deck, and then now you flip that deck around like this to reveal the 2. So now you found the ace, and then you found the 2, which is pretty cool. So I'll do that one more time. Push it out, reveal the aces, and now you got the 2. That, okay. So that's kind of what it looks like when you do it fast. And then I'm going to do it slowly. Reveal the aces. Reveal the 2. And then you can just spread like this. The downside to this advanced part is that when you spread these cards, they don't actually spread as evenly as if you had done the easy version. The easy version is not only easy, it's more practical, but yeah, it looks much better because you can just really show every single card that you want. Oh, I think, no, wait. Oh my gosh. There's card to impossible location. Oh, no way. Okay. All right, there's the 7 the entire time. So I'll do one more time, the fast version. Sorry, the advanced version. Okay. You show the ace, show the 2s, and then you spread over. And then, of course, the spades part is super easy as well. You just reveal it, and there it is. Okay, well, that was a lot of productions. Let's bring someone in that might be having an issue overall with the routine, and then we can just specifically go to that before we move to the false shuffles section, because that's a whole nother thing. But yeah, if anyone has any issues, in the meantime, I'm gonna get this preset so that I can go over kind of like an overview of the whole routine. Okay, so one more time, I'm gonna go over the order. You got the diamonds, the 2 to king of diamonds, and then the ace is on top of that king. Yeah, and then you got the 2 of clubs all the way to the king, as well as the ace on top. Okay, with that bend, remember, so we can do that. And then you got all the spades here on top, like that. All right. And then you got your queen face up on top of the deck. And you got your king face down. You have your 10 and your jack. The jack goes above the 10 like this. Okay. That. The 9 is reversed on the bottom. The 8 is face down regularly on the bottom. The 7 is on top. The 6 and the 5 together at the very bottom here. Okay, with a bend as well. And then you got the 3 face down, and then you got the 2 face up, and you got the 4 face down, and the ace face down. All right, cool. Hey man, what's up? Sorry, I was getting the deck in order.
I just had a question. I already asked it in the chat too.
Yeah.
If you don't want to tell me, it's okay, because I already know how to do the clip shift.
Oh, okay.
But
that's fine.
I just have one question about
yeah,
it.
What's up?
It's really flashy sensitive when I do it. It's like
for me too. Don't worry. For me too.
Like any tips how you?
Yeah. So Casey, if you don't mind coming down. So you're right. This is a very angle sensitive color change, and I wouldn't say it's a very practical one. I do perform it. This is something that I do perform in my walk around and stuff like that. But I always make sure that whenever I perform it, I'm always as low to the ground as possible. So let's say everyone's standing upright and I'm standing up as well. I actually hunch myself down like lower, because you'll notice that when you're looking at this from a top down angle, it looks much better than, of course, like if I'm performing for the camera right here, right, it's very angle sensitive. The chances of me flashing right now is very, very high. Okay. And that's why I also have to tilt my wrist here. Also, a lot of movement when you go back and forth is really key. But other than that, I mean, it's there's really not much you can do except for using movement to hide the angles. Also, when you're doing the clip shift, without kind of revealing too much about it, if you're kind of making sure that this portion of your hand is fully covering the card, meaning that it doesn't flash from this side, if you know what I mean.
Because it's a really cool color change, and I love
it. It is
so
a very
much.
Cool color change. It is such a good color change. You know, I do it all the time in my live shows when I perform 52 Shades of Red, and this is only for a singular lens, and you know, I know that it's only for a single camera, so I take advantage of that. But yeah, it's the best, one of the best single hand color changes that I've seen. But yeah, man, I mean, hey, you and I struggle with the same issues, so don't worry. Don't feel left out. But cool, man. Awesome.
Hey.
Thank you. Thank you.
No problem.
All right. So excellent. So let's do a brief overview of the entire routine. So I'll kind of go step by step. So you'll have the orientation. Let's go over the orientation. I'm gonna start with it on the bottom. Okay, from the bottom of the deck. So you got the 6 of hearts, you got the 5 of hearts, you got the 8 of hearts, then you got the 9, but that's reversed. Okay, so that's it. So that's one set. I'm just gonna leave that here. And then you got all the diamonds, and then you got the ace. You got all the clubs, and then you got the ace. Then you got all the spades, and then that's it. Okay. And then now you have reversed here is the queen of hearts. You can see. Then you got the king, the 10, the jack, the 7, the 3, the 2. That's reversed. And then the 4 and the ace. Okay, so that's the entire order of the deck. So we have this also sneaky little break over here. And now we're going to produce the first card. Remember, the thumb breaks open a corner. This pointer finger is putting pressure on top of the deck. And you kind of push it out. But as you're pushing it out, notice what this hand is doing. It's literally just flicking it out. And I'm using my wrist to flick it out. Okay, so one more time. That okay? Oop, that was overshot. Sorry. Thank you, Brace. So one more time. Finger putting pressure. And so it's peeling it out like that. You can see that right there. And then now it's all up to my wrist to flick it out like that. Okay. You can use your finger. I've seen some people use their actual pointer finger to do the flicking out. It feels like it's too much work. I always like to create as little work as possible. So utilizing your wrist is a great way to get the card to shoot out. So that's the first one. And I say, this is a story. I could go over, I think someone was asking for my script again. So I'll say it again. I might as well. So I say, oh, this is a story about 2 of my passions. And then you do the top shot, or you do this. Oops, sorry. Wow, that was embarrassing. Okay. All right. So you do the top shot and then you grab it. Okay. So again, you don't have to do the full top shot where you have to let go of everything. You just simply open it like a book and then you fling it out like that. About my 2 passions, music and magic. However, something got in the way, and that was carpal tunnel. That's a very unnecessarily difficult move. So now I'm going to do the easier one, which is you get the pinky break of the carpal tunnel card, the 3 of hearts. You place the 4 on top, but you keep that pinky break. Okay, so that way you don't want to lose that break. You want to keep it, and you want to make it somewhat of a big break, because what's going to happen is your 2 is then going to go in that break. Okay, lifting up all 3 cards, but you want to keep this nice and flush like that. And you say, watch, carpal tunnel got in the way. So that's 2, 3, 4. And then, but we know we all have issues and we all have barriers that stop us in life. But, you know, with, and of course now you do the 5 and the 6 with patience, persistence. Yeah. And then I'll go over that one more time. Pinky in. So you get a nice large break. Okay. And you're going to push, you're literally going to fling it into your hand like that. That is, of course, the difficult version. The easy version is just simply holding on to those 2 cards as you do this move. Okay. And then you split at the same time. Like this kind of creates a really nice butterfly type looking image. All right. With persistence, patience, I forget what the 7 was, hope, right? And 7, and support. I managed to overcome it. And of course, you have the love card, and that is again with longitudinal, or you can do clip shifts, or you can do the, there's so many, you can do the window change. All right, again, one more time, the window change is that. Okay, so many different moves you can do. This is the clip shift. That was not very well done, sorry. And then this is the longitudinal, like that. That's the most important card. And then we have the final reveal of the last 4 court cards. I deal over 2 cards here like this, get a break. Here, here, and out. Okay. What is your story? And then you have the 3 packets over here. I'm letting go at the breaks. Reveal the 2 aces, but not just the aces, the 2s, but not just the 2s, actually every single club, every single diamond. But I left these blank on purpose because life is like a blank canvas. It's what you write in it that makes it your story. And that is it. Now let's go over the false shuffles. So this happens before you do the routine. Okay. So this whole routine is done. We're gonna put it away now. Let it rest. And now we're gonna get to the false shuffles. Okay. So I just have this is actually a shuffle deck. But just remember the top and bottom card. Let's just put the queens on top and bottom. Okay. So both black queens are top and bottom like that. And this is called the false overhand shuffle. Okay. So it looks like this. And you still manage to retain the 2 queens. Oh. Get. There we go. Okay, great. All right. So this is what it looks like. I'm going to briefly go over it. This is the easy version, okay? And then my friend Blaze is gonna the producer Blaze is gonna come in and he's gonna teach you the false riffle shuffle. So the overhand shuffle looks like this. You're gonna break it in half like that, around halfway, okay? Like this. And then you're gonna deal down only 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. They're coming from the middle of the deck, okay? And then now when you place this packet on top, you really want to make it an obvious kind of break like that, okay? But the better and better you get, the less the break doesn't have to be so big. And so now what's going to happen is your thumb's going to reach in and reverse it. So go 1, 2, 3, and now the deck is in complete control. So in fast motion, it looks like this. You break off half. This is the middle of the deck. Remember that. You go 1, 2, 3. Leave it in front. Okay. And now this is that 3rd card that was dealt, by the way. It's always kind of pushed back. The reason for that, of course, is because now you want to use your thumb and be able to get back at that break and reverse everything. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so what you're doing is you're just simply keeping everything in stack. But when you do it in fast motion, it looks like this. It looks like this. You say, you have a deck of cards. You go, we'll give it a couple of mixes, like that. That's you kind of want it to be really casual in that sense. You go 3, and then you go, oh, okay, let's give it a shuffle like that. All right, and then it's like that. Okay, so one more time. Break it off in half. 1, 2, 3. Drop the packet. You have that card outjogged. Okay. And then now you're going to push down to be able to grip onto that entire bottom packet. And then now reverse everything. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And that leaves you with a full overhand false shuffle. And I'm going to show you in fast motion. That's what it's supposed to look like. Okay. So one more time in fast motion. So you notice when you do it fast, it looks like a real shuffle. You know, it doesn't look like you're doing much. It's supposed to be something very natural. So that was the overhand shuffle. And then now I'm going to give it up to Blaze because he does this much better than me. I can do the false riffle shuffle. Don't get me wrong. I can actually do it, guys. But it's Blaze just does it much better than me. So I figured, why not have him teach it? So everybody, this is welcome Blaze Sarah. He is the creator of One Arm Bandit as well as Double Agent on Theory 11. If you want to check out those products, they're really cool. Anyways, here it is. Here's Blaze. Also, if anything happens in the back end, it's because Blaze is not producing the show right now. He's teaching you guys something. All right. All right.
Hey everybody, my name is Blaze Sarah. So let's go over a few false riffle shuffles. So here we'll just go on my hands. So I'll go over here, a false riffle shuffle like that. So that was a false shuffle. We have the red cards separated and the black cards separated like that. So what we're gonna do is first, before I show you how to do a false riffle shuffle, I'll just show you for anybody, just so everyone's on the same page, we'll go over how to do a regular riffle shuffle. So how we can actually shuffle the cards. So what you're going to do is hold the cards in this grip. It's called a straddle grip, where you have your index and your pinky on the sides of the deck on the long edges. And then you have your middle finger and your ring finger underneath the deck. And we have our thumb on top. So this is just for anyone that hasn't riffle shuffled cards before. We're going to riffle off about half of the deck, and we're going to now grab the cards with our other hand into this same straddle grip. So now we have 2 even halves. And what we do is with our ring fingers and middle fingers, we squeeze at the bottom of the decks to keep them secure. So that way, if I were to let go with my other fingers, they're squeezing, so they're holding. And now what we do is we're going to riffle these cards together by just letting go. So it's basically just like a flip book, you're just releasing. And what I do is I have my index on top, creating a little bit of pressure because it's bent. You could also have it extended if you want, but you're just bending the card like a flip book, riffling through, and you do that with both hands, so that they riffle together. And now, once you get to this position, we're going to have our indexes extended. You see how our fingers are still bent underneath. We're now going to just extend all of our fingers. So now, and bend the cards at the same time. So now we have this kind of like little cradle where we can catch all the cards. So what you do is, again, really quick, we'll go, we have these 2 riffle together. And now we bend the cards with our thumbs on top. We have our fingers there to cradle, and now we're just going to release that pressure a little bit, keeping our fingers underneath so that none of them fall. And that's how you do a regular riffle shuffle. Now let's get into how to make it a false riffle shuffle. So I'm just going to separate out the red cards and the black cards really quick here so that you can see that it's a false shuffle. So here we've got the red cards and the black cards right here separated, all the black cards, all the red cards. And now that we have the reds and blacks separated, we're going to get into the same position. This first false riffle shuffle is by Guy Hollingworth, and you can find a lot of Guy Hollingworth's work in Drawing Room Deceptions. It's a really good book. So we're in the exact same position, but what you'll notice is the last time that we did the riffle shuffle, after we got to this position, we applied pressure on the edges of the deck. So basically I'm bending down here and I'm bending down here. Now, what I'm doing in this case is instead of applying even pressure along these edges, I'm going to apply pressure just at the corners, this corner and this corner here. So if I apply pressure while I'm doing the bridge on this corner, this whole pack, this whole half is going to move back towards me when I do the bridge. And if I apply pressure on this back corner when I'm doing the bridge, instead of all the way along the whole side, just on this back corner, it's going to cause all of these cards to go forward. So now, if I do that, when I do the bridge, you see how now I've got this separation where half of the cards are forward and half are back? What you can do is strip out, and now you'll see that the cards haven't been actually mixed. So if we do this here, we're going to just riffle off. I'm going to now make sure that whatever pack I'm pressing on the back corner that's causing it to move forward, I'm making sure that I start by riffling that pack and I finish by riffling the top card of that pack. So you'll see I start here, I then riffle the rest, and I make sure that I just finish with this pack. So now my right hand is going to apply pressure on this front corner when I do the bridge, causing these cards to go back towards me. And I'm going to apply pressure on this corner when I'm doing the bridge, causing this pack to go forward. So now when I do that, as you can see, the cards separate just like this. So now when I grab the cards, my hand is just kind of covering the fact that this whole section is stripped out. And now you can do this a couple ways. One thing that you can do is with your index finger and your thumb, you can swivel out that pack and grab it. Or what you can do is keep everything squared together. And with my pinky and my index finger, they're going to grab this pack together. And my thumb and middle finger of my other hand are grabbing the left pack so that I can just strip that out. And you can act like you're cutting the cards. You know, some people will cut the cards and then they'll take half of this pack and the other half of this pack. And what we do is we end up back, or actually, no, I shouldn't have taken that other half, but you end up back in order. So we do this here. And now I bridge at those two corners. We get here, I just square up. And now my index and my pinky are gonna grip this pack and make sure that they strip it out as I do a cut. And now we're here. Now, if you want to just do the simplest version of like a false shuffle without shuffling at all, you can do actually a false swing cut. So this is what a swing cut looks like. You take your index finger, you pick up some of the cards and they're all along your thumb. You pick up some of the cards with your index finger and you swing it over into this hand and now come on top. A false swing cut looks like this. It's super convincing. It flies by everybody, and it's one of the easiest moves in all of card magic, and it will really convince people that you've just cut the cards. All I'm doing is doing that same swinging motion and grabbing with my left hand, but instead of actually placing down this pack, the top pack, I'm placing down the bottom one and putting this pack on top. So it looks like this. And when you do it in fast motion, it really looks like you're cutting the cards, but you're doing nothing. You're just putting the bottom on bottom and you're putting the top back on top, and nothing changes in the deck. And now we can quickly go over just a more advanced version that is what I did at the beginning, and it's the same thing that Shin did. It looks like this here. We'll do that one more time. Yeah. And that is a false riffle shuffle with no cut afterwards. You don't have to strip them out. The cards actually never get mixed. So what you're doing here is you're going to make sure that the two packs aren't equal. So I riffle off a bit more than half into this hand. So now what I'm doing is I lay down a bed of cards with the thicker pack. And now these two packs shuffle together, and I just make sure that the smaller pack is the last card that goes on top. Now, what I do is my index fingers go straight, and the bridge motion is where they strip out. So you don't have a shuffle and then a strip out. The strip out happens in the middle of the bridge. And what's happening is that this is similar to the truffle shuffle by Derek Delgadio, but the truffle shuffle, you would shuffle at these corners and twist. Instead, we're going to shuffle them fully. But what happens is my fingers that are gripping underneath are going to bend this top packet forward, just like the Hollingworth shuffle. And the thicker packet, I'm going to bend backwards. So we get this kind of twist, just enough so that, let me see if I can angle it here, just enough so that my thumb can get to the back of this packet, okay? the thick packet that has the bed. And now what I'm going to do is when I come back, I'm going to start springing that bed of cards with my thumb, just squeezing and releasing. So let's see here. I'm squeezing with my thumb to have them spring off of my thumb. And at the same time, I'm going to tilt back, which causes the cards to unweave. So you never shuffle them in the first place. You're here, you lay down the bed of cards, you shuffle the rest, the thin pack ends up on top. And now I twist this pack forwards just enough so that my thumb can enter that little break so that I can squeeze this whole pack and start springing it. And as I'm springing this pack, I'm just going to twist this top pack back, which causes them to unweave. And now you haven't shuffled them at all. So in full motion, that looks like this. Okay, and one more time here. And I think that we're almost out of time, so I'm gonna bring it back to Shin so that he can talk to you guys and close out the lesson. But thank you, everybody. I've been Blaze Sarah.
We're gonna give a hand for Blaze, very talented sleight of hand, very young magician, probably gonna defeat me very soon. That's okay. I'm all right with that. I'll anyways, yeah, so that was it, guys. I know it's a lot. This is a lot. This is probably the hardest class out of all the other ones. I'm sorry, but the reason why I wanted to put it all in here is because this class is not just about producing cards in terms of getting an entire royal flush or a royal suit. This can help you produce cards for any type of routine that you want to do in the future. Like if there's a card to impossible location, if there's a ambitious card routine, if there's even choosing a wrong card and then color change to the right card, all these different routines all use card production. So if you really get creative with this and kind of come up with your own ways of producing the cards, it will really help you with your future routines. So in a way, this might be the most difficult class, but it's actually also the most important class in terms of sleight of hand. This really is the fundamentals of card productions. Because if you want to get to the more advanced stuff, you're going to have to learn this stuff first. And I know it's not easy, but hey, the truth ain't easy. And this is it. So you guys got to really try to get this down. I'm actually so happy that you guys have decided to try to take this on, because this really is going to elevate card magic to the next level. Also, I have an announcement. So all of the crash course will now be able to purchase on my website, shinlanmagic.com, which I'm really happy about. So everything will happen in-house. It'll kind of be you can just go to my website and you can just purchase the ticket there now. And also the best part is you won't have to pay the $5 processing fee, which I thought was a bit high. So there is no processing fee at all. It's just the ticket price, and that's it. And you can also pay using PayPal as well. If you've been on my website before, you know how it is. So yeah, that was it. That was the class for False Shuffles and Impossible Productions. I'm actually even more excited for the next class. It's called Card to Impossible Locations. That is pretty much a card disappears, usually a signed card, and appears at an impossible location. One of my absolute favorite themes of Magic. The entire Dream Act is based around that concept. So I can't wait. But without further ado, thank you guys so much. I really do appreciate it. I hope you guys have an excellent day.